All right, let's finalize what this team's going to look like, and then we'll get into all the fun of the storylines that may or may not work. I really hope that they do. So, again, defensive linemen, White, Karloftis, they're not versatile enough to move anywhere else. Defensive tackle, we're fine. So these linebackers, sweet Christ. We could technically keep... There's no way we're going to be able to build around Chad Falk. There's just no way. With the talent we already have here, it's just not going to happen. So we are going to be putting him on the practice squad as well. We just do not have the space. So middle linebackers. You have Wheatley, who's not the best at zone coverage. That's a 60. Middle linebacker, you got Koromoa at an 82. Huggins at a 66. Tyson's at a 69 in that regard. Tramer was hidden dev. There's just no way I'm going to have time to build him up either. There's just no way. We have way too many decent enough linebackers to be able to train those guys up. If he was 21 and like a 72, I'd consider it. But he's just not going to get the playing time. He's not. There's just no chance he gets the proper player time and doesn't lose his dev pattern. So Roberts back up. Zone coverage enough to play the middle. If he ever has to play. Aldridge really does need to go back to the defensive line. He is not good enough in coverage to play linebacker. He just isn't. He just isn't. So that means that Aldridge is probably out because we're going to sign Karloftis over him. Obviously, we just signed George, and we're going to side with Toby because he's an X factor. So if I'm not mistaken, we can just move Aldridge without any sort of pen. And even then, even if there is a pen attached to it, whatever. Let's just see the best possible draft pick we can get. We can get a 4th round pick from the Jags. Yeah, we'll get a 4th and a 7th. Toby wouldn't play at defensive tackle. He wouldn't play there. Not with Sweat and Shepard already being there. He just doesn't have space. Yeah. Aldridge at 25, you're out. I've made up my mind on that. Made up my mind on that. I should, Jake, right? Break the embargo, get sued. Let's fucking go. Yeah, I mean, Toby at defensive tackle. He wouldn't play over Sweat. He definitely wouldn't play over Shepard. Shepard's the number 1 there. So that means, linebacker-wise, Morrow as a mentor. Okay, it didn't let me trade Aldridge. Okay. Why? I have 70 people on roster. It should have let me be able to trade him. Not that I need the assets that we'd get. Okay. Don't really understand that, but alright.
For those about to score...
Statmaster on the 14 months. You probably hit your cap of draft pick. That's fair. That could be the case. That could be the case. Stat, thank you for the 14, man. It's Madden. I need to make that a pinned message as well, but I enjoy it, or at least try to, for what it is. There's no way I have 25 picks, right? Jake, he lost his dev pattern. He's finally kind of capped out. He's probably on the way out. All right, let's see. Does anybody just outright want Eric Aldridge? Is anybody in the green? Or just yellow? Just yellow. Who was the first team? Cleveland. Give me a 3rd. Cool. Eric Aldridge. Off to Cleveland for multiple sevens and a third-round pick. There we go. Did it go through this time, or is he fucking Barney from The Simpsons and just right back in the bar? No, he's gone. Okay. So he is out, meaning we're going to move... I think we're going to run a 4-3. So we're going to move Tyson to the right, Huggins to the left. Huggins kind of took Aldridge thunder. Don't mind having Wheatley as a backup. That is fine by me. And then Clowney in that depth role. And obviously we just have so many goddamn linebackers here right now. Linebacker, Koromoa. Scott Huggins. See if we can move you over to the left, what you're going to look like. I mean, you're not the best at zone coverage, so you're probably going to be, yeah, just as good over there. And then Zach Tyson. We also want to build up. Let's move over to the right. And then Carl Tramer, I mean, has that hidden dev. I mean, I think because of that, we'll be able to keep Carl Tramer as a second string right out, middle linebacker, that is. And then on the left, we have Huggins, Wheatley, Clowney. On the right, we have Tyson, Morrow, and probably Falk. I think could work, unless there was someone else, because I'm not really too worried about James Williams at this point. Yeah, I mean, we can honestly just get rid of him. Like, he's fine, but we'll get rid of him. Did Brandon Branch have a dev pattern? No. So Branch will be going to the practice squad. Sharif Elam. Elam. He'll be on his way out. And Nick Allison is also out. Okay, I think we figured out the linebacker situation. There were more moves than I expected, but we got it done. And we'll move Chad Falk over to the right just to hang out and have a good time, you know? Just to hang out and have a time. So then the corners and the safeties. We know that we're going to be dropping Tommy Jones, the practice squad, while Douglas is the mentor. We drafted Evan McLeod. Did Lonnie Blackman lose his ability? He did. Or his dev trade, I should say. So he'll be going to the practice squad to get rid of him. Ford is in as the mentor. And strong safety is Timmons with Chuck Clark as his mentor. Timmons still has his dev pattern? Yes, he does. Okay. So somebody's got to move to free safety out of these top four. Oscar Crowder, man, 6'5", but Evan McLeod, 6'4". So it's one of these two. One of these two. Crowder can't play zone. He's much better at man, so it's going to be Evan McLeod that gets moved over to free safety as we originally discussed. So Evan McLeod, who we just drafted, is our new free safety. That means at corner we have Turner, McCreary, Crowder, Brownlee, and Douglas. Perfect. Free safety, we will have McLeod and Ford. Strong safety, Timmons and Clark. Kicker, Cardi. Punter, Bajorquez. And we still have extra first-round picks this year because of Buffalo and Green Bay. So we are pretty much good to go. There will still be cuts we have to make. And some slight changes to make once we are allowed to drop people to the practice squad. For now, let's make sure that our top focused upon players are in their top spots. We're not going to worry about Richard Bird at all. Let's get OBJ in there. Tight end Okonkwo, Brewer, and Knox. Left tackle. We want Peterson as the #1 over Johnson. Right tackle, we want Shields to be the starter. He's not the highest rated guy now, but there's a chance he could be amazing. Left guard is Chandler over Latham. Right guard, we want Gallagher to be the starter. And then center, Cheeks over Humphreys. Left side, Karlaftis is not what we want. We want left side White. Right side, Karlaftis. Defensive tackle, we want Shepard over Sweat because we're trying to get Shepard. It's not showing him a superstar from here, but it did on the other menu. Left side linebackers, Huggins. Middle is Koromoa and Tramer. Right side is Tyson. Corners. Probably stick with that and have Crowder as the I think that works. And then Jarvis Brownlee as the 4th. Cloud and Timmons at safety. I'm liking this team, man. I don't know if we're necessary. And then Josh Bonds as the return specialist with 95 speed. Woo! I'm liking this team. I don't know if we're going to be able to push for a playoff spot this year. But I also don't know if we're going to be that far off. So I do not hate it. Oh, man, Dante Higgins is a great power back, too. Let's go. We might have our new Derrick Henry. And Derrick Henry's still on the roster. Slot receiver, Drayton, Wembley. So we want that to be Sims. If it can't be Sims, it can be Ridley and then Knox. That's fine. Left end, we're going to want that to be Huggins. Right side, show me Karlaftis. Rushing defensive tackle to Shepard. Linebacker, Koromoa. Slot corner. Just go by rating. We'll move people around, but we'll be fine. Cool. So we are ready to go then. Training camp is always something where I'm like, do I want to go through it? Do I not? I don't think it's the most fun thing to watch. Maybe I'll pause for the YouTube side at least. The drills be done. The drills be done and in the books. Beautiful. Training camp. Done and dusted. Skill points galore. Not really. And no dev pattern increases or anything like that. But, you know, we tried hard. We love the game. Now let's go through this preseason. Ooh. What do we want to go for here? Thinking it's got to be guys like Higgins that we're still trying like hell to train up. It's got to be Toby White. It was only a 71 at 24, but has the X Factor dev. I mean, Earl Drayton's a beast regardless. We got a lot of unknowns in there. On Shields. Star dev, normal, star, more unknowns. We already had... No, we don't have Crowder in there. That's right, it was the other one. The 3 24-year-old X Factors that don't quite have the ideal overalls yet. They're going to be our focused upon players this year. Big time. You could argue Toby White should have been the focus last year, too. Because some of those guys did drop off a little bit hard. Drayton, Higgins. We had quite a few guys with 2 points already. We'll put all of those on heading into the season. Let's do it. We got our 3 preseason games, and then finally we can drop everybody to the practice squad. Storylines. Oh, boy. Storylines, offensive coordinator. Okay, let's hope these work properly this year. Ready for the press conference? Kind of. That's also not my coach. All right. Well, I can't imagine where they think there might be a position battle. And if I say that there isn't a position battle, my team gets mad at me. So this will be interesting. It's a rushing battle. Let's do most rushing yards, I guess. Okay. So it wants a rushing battle between our brand new running back, who played very well in the training game, Higgins, and then Mitchell. So, fun fact, Mr. Mitchell is not going to be in the lineup at all to make sure that Higgins wins. There you go. And then if Mitchell still wins, we'll see what happens. Ryan Clark said in this podcast, you can't place your life in bet. I mean, hey, if Ryan Clark said it, who the hell am I to disagree, you know? I can't fight back. I don't have a leg to stand on. Let alone a third leg to stand on. Trade offers, Sweat and Knox. That is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. No trades allowed. Keep going. I also don't quite know what the hell we're going to do for our schemes this year or anything like that. I mean, we'll see once the roster's set. Alright, so we breezed through the preseason games. We won at least 2 of them. We went undefeated in the preseason. We are the preseason champions. Now again, Mitchell is literally not in the lineup. There is no way he can win this. There's no way. Come on! Whatever, he won it. Team will appreciate you keeping your word, I'm sure. Guess what? He's still the backup. I don't even care. Oh, it's so stupid. Practice sideline media interview. Here we go. Oh boy. We're gonna lean on our playmakers. That one might be easier. Drayton and your starting tight end would have 75 catches each. That probably won't happen, but at the same time, it could. It could. These would turn me away. I mean, I don't mind them, but again, they just need to be programmed correctly. It's a wonderful idea, in my opinion. It genuinely is. I like the system when it works. All right, let's go through this team and cut who we have to cut. Onko had 100 last year, but Kirk also passed 700 times, right? So again, we don't have our third choice quarterback there yet. Clyde Smith, you are heading to the practice squad. See you later, Clyde. Can I move both fullbacks to the practice squad? Gerald Bass going to the practice squad. Mitch Hawley. We're going to run without a fullback this year because we now have the extra tight end that we need to carry. Wideouts, Drayton, Wembley, Sims, Bonds, Ridley, OBJ, Richard Bird is off to the practice squad. Yeah, because we signed Knox and drafted Brewer, we're not going to carry a proper fullback this year. Left tackle is good the way it is. Left guard, Miles Long. He's not bad, but he's going to the practice squad. The next one up is right end with Rodney Casey. You're off to the practice squad. Linebackers, Smith. The idea is fine, but they're very one note and seemingly don't work the way they should. That's a fair way to look at it. Totally fair. I mean, based off of the experience you've seen me have over the last 2 nights, yeah, I wouldn't blame you for being like, ew, this system. Can't blame you for thinking that. You know? Not at all. Let's see, middle linebacker, we're okay for now. If we do, in fact, end up keeping Tramer. Falconmore or fine. So, Sharif Elam. You are off. The practice squad's definitely going to be full shortly here. Brandon Branch. Off to the practice squad. And Nick Allison. Also off to the practice squad. Corners. We need to get rid of Tommy Jones. Yeah, and the practice squad is full. So, lowest rated dudes in the squad. Brandon Branch. Go ahead and cut you. Nick Allison is also gone. I know. Agent K is out. Lost his dev pattern, man. He had to go. Back to corner, Mr. Lee Jones. Gone, buddy. Safety, Lonnie Blackman. We tried like hell to train you up. Didn't work. You're gone. And do I have to cut any more players? 1. Technically 2 if I want a third quarterback. Okay, so we need to get rid of 2 more people. Which is kind of where the O-line is in a bit of trouble. I really wish Calvin Ridley was listed. Fuck, maybe I do just buy out Calvin Ridley. We'll get a bit of a penalty, but a lot of savings. Not that we have to worry about the cap. He's got 1 year left anyway. He has no trade value. Yeah, let's just get rid of Calvin Ridley. Sorry, Calvin. Not the way I thought it was going to go. But there you go. Ridley is out. And then we need 1 more guy off of the roster. Try the JC Latham trade again. Could technically get rid of Leonard Williams as the backup here. We don't absolutely need him. So there we go. And that'll free up room for us, like I said, to steal somebody's quarterback off of a practice squad heading into next week. Let's upgrade the players that we have now, just in case it gives some sort of challenge. So 3 points for Toby White, the most out of this preseason. Make him a bit better as a speed rusher. I still want that all-around improvement. You saw, even though I made him better as a speed rusher, his power moves still went up. Block shedding, finesse moves, and speed rusher. Again, I don't know what we're necessarily gonna be doing for scheme fit. It might be worth checking that now. See what the highest percentages are and then adjust from there. 73 for vertical zone run, 76 for vertical power run. Let's do that. 95 for a 4-6. Works for me. And we've been running the Kansas City playbooks, which, to be honest, I still think. All right, back to upgrading then. Earl Drayton, 2 more points for Earl. Make him better as a physical type. He's now a legitimate 92 overall. No controversy whatsoever. Still a 92 after we made him a better playmaking type. Absolutely insane. Like Puka Nacua on steroids. Oscar Crowder, the new corner that we picked up in a trade. Gotta make him better at zone coverage. He is awful in that regard. Absolutely awful. Obviously, you're a corner. Like, you don't always need the best zone coverage. Ooh, he unlocked an ability slot. He has Selfless. All teammates enter the zone. Return man. And on the ball. Okay. Not the best abilities in the world, but they'll do. They'll do. Dante Higgins, the new running back. There is a chance that this guy is going to be absolutely insane. He's such a bad receiving back. I don't think I want to worry about that at all. Make him better as an elusive type. And elusive type yet again. The new King Henry, at least I hope, out of South Dakota, of all places. Kicker Josh Carty. Don't know if he'll be our long-term solution at kicker, but it's up to an 80 because of morale. It's not too bad. 25-star dev. I mean, he still has room to get better. I wish that freaking superstar would have been willing to stay here. Zach Tyson at linebacker. Let's make him better as a power rusher. He already does have the decent pass coverage. So he's up to a legitimate 79, playing like an 81 at the moment. Stephon Shields. Oh boy. Yeah, we got to make you better as a pass protector, buddy. Especially at right tackle. Okay. That's the risk we take, trying to invest in these younger players and hoping that it proves to be worth it. We'll see if that's actually the case. Eli Wheeler is an 89 overall before ever stepping foot on a field in a regular season game. That Mahomes factor storyline was outrageous. Ryan Wimbley is up to an 83. He was very much overshadowed last year. Very much. He is still superstar dev, though. That was a good, opportunity for him to shine this year. Scott Huggins, new linebacker that we picked up in a trade. He's an 81, playing like an 82. 83, I should say. I can tell numbers from other numbers. Antoine Shepard. And I can legit at an 80 now. That should get him an ability slot, right? It did. What did Antoine get? Unfakeable and persistent. Persistence, a real shit ability to have when you're not an X Factor. Real shit. Like, honestly worthless. So because of that, I mean, literally, it's as if he doesn't have an ability because he's not an X Factor. We are going to pick a number between 1 and 5. Why did it do -5 again? God damn it. Well, hey, 1 and 5. Number 1 with a bullet. So we're going to assign him a run committed instead, which only works if I'm playing. So it's not even that big of a factor. And I barely... You know what? He's just not meant to have a good ability then, because I barely predict the run. I only pretty much predict the pass. So, whatever. That'll do. That'll do. And then Felix Brewer at tight end. I'm really hoping this guy develops this year. Let's make him better as a blocker, because he is already half decent as a receiving option. Honestly, he just pretty much replaces Washington, who we had before. So I kind of got my wish of having a decent second choice tight end. There's the new abilities. Let's head to the depth chart. We're going to want to fix this before we start the season. Wheeler's showing up as a 90. Let's go. Technically, I'm going to need Keaton Mitchell to show up, I think, on the board. Fuck it. If he loses morale for the team, screw him. Dawson Knox is going to be playing tight end this year, which, yeah, that's actually a perfect use for Dawson Knox. Drayton, Wimbley, Sims, Bonds, Beckham, and then Knox if he's needed. Honestly, I guess we can just use Dawson as a 5th choice wideout as well. OBJ is not what he used to be. Conquo, Brewer, and Knox at tight end. Left tackle is, again, going to be Peterson. Let's just put, and of course we just said a wrong button bonanza. Ugh. Alright, who's the starting left guard? Supposed to be Chandler, but let me guess it can't be. Cheeks and Humphreys at center. To be honest, Put Latham as the backup there. Put Johnson behind him. Starting right guard, we want to be Gallagher. Left guard, we want it to be Chandler. Starting right tackle, we want it to be Shields. So, Peterson and Johnson behind him. Chandler, Latham. Cheeks, Latham. Gallagher, and you'll never believe it, Latham. And then right tackle will be Shields and Johnson. So Johnson and Latham will still get plenty of opportunities. You want to start Brewer at tight end and get him Rookie of the Year? Not really, because I'd be afraid that Okonkwo would lose his X Factor. Left side, we have White. If he's not there, Huggins is fine. Right side, Karlaftis. If he's not there, Tyson is fine. We want Shepard in over Sweat. Linebackers, Huggins, Wheatley. We're going to put Tramer in behind Koromoa. Tyson and Falk. Corners, McCreary, Turner, Crowder. Cloud at safety. Timmons on the strong side. I do think we might be able to make the playoffs this year. This team is looking something fierce here. This is looking damn good. Damn good indeed. We'll have Brewer as the second choice slot option. Maybe Josh Bonds instead. Rushing left end, it's fine that it's Huggins. Right side should be Karlaftis. Shepard at DT. Linebacker Koromoa. CJ Turner. Just put Barry in that spot. And then Crowder. Beautiful. Definitely going to lose some players off of that practice squad. I mean, we got a couple of guys over a 75. They're going. That's pretty much confirmed. It's going to happen almost immediately, too. We have lost Miles Long from the O-line and fullback Gerald Bass. Bass off to the Bears, Miles Long off to the Falcons. Let's do our bit of practice squad stealing. Well, that didn't really pan out because there's nobody good. There's nobody good on anyone's practice squad at quarterback. Son of a bitch. All right, well. What do we want to bring in as a third choice quarterback then for the memes? Jacoby Brissett, Jameis Winston, Josh Dobbs, Mike White. Jarrett Stidham. Well, Jared Stidham could bring in Easton Stick for the hockey fans. Jake Fromm. Tyson Bagent. Oh, man. Some good options. I mean, Hundley, if we were to get an injury, though, again, like Kirk Cousins is the one that steps in for this team. There's just not a good young quarterback to have as, like a second choice option. Who's the worst quarterback? Kyle Allen. It's Kyle Allen. Crazy. Ty goes to the veteran. Let's go Jacoby Brissett. $116 million in cap room. Jesus. It's going to come crumbling down real soon, by the way. Be prepared. That's going to fall apart quickly. All right, so third choice quarterback. Jacoby Brissett. Double mentors for Eli Wheeler, which isn't a thing. Our season goal, we're going to bump it up to 7 wins for the first time. I feel like that should be more than doable. The draft, how much money is Earl going to get? The fattest wideout contract in NFL history. Like, no doubt. Ooh, a wideout at the top of the board. Deacon Dawkins. That's a great name. That sounds like something out of Blitz the League. Fucking Deacon Dawkins. Awesome. Starting wide receiver. Storyline. What's it gonna be? Will it work properly? Find out more. Drayton focused on stamina or injury prevention? In stamina, he'll be out there more. He definitely got tired last year. Honestly, though, I'm thinking injury prevention. This is the freaking golden goose right here. We can't have him get hurt. +3 injury prevention. We'll take that. We will take that. Absolutely. And then to the media interview. Talk to that mainstream media. Don't trust them with chemicals in the Gatorade. Going into the season, what's an area of the team that is the strongest? It should be our fucking passing game. Really should be. A lot of pressure to put on Eli, but part of the what part of the defense worries you the most? Let's go run defense, because our pass defense should be pretty good. We did run defense last year, so. Could you be more specific? No, Linda. Tackling in the secondary. Let's do that. Tackling in the secondary. What would a successful season look like statistically? Our safeties combined for 100. We give up less than 1,300 rushing yards. Do that one again. Thanks. We'll check back. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. God damn. All right. In terms of the scouts. The scouts for the season. Let's get a region breakdown here. So from a national perspective, corner, wideout, safety. From the West is safety, wideout, and quarterback. In the Central is corner, running back, and left tackle. The Northeast is corner, defensive end, defensive tackle. And the Southeast is safety, wideout, and quarterback. Right. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do here. What we can do. You're all fired. Coach Klein. We mentioned the water boy earlier. That's been stuck in my head for so long. So we clearly need... corner, wideout, safety, like any combination works. There's a quarterback. Then again, quarterback, we don't need it all. So corner, wideout, and safety, I should say. Corner, wideout, and safety. What 3-star can we get? There's corner and safety. Daniel Stokes. Daniel, you were going to be our national scouts. For the West, safety, wideout, quarterback. Let's see, do we have a safety and wideout combination? Sergio Pierce. You are heading to the West. Corner, running back, left tackle. What we got for running back? Then I wouldn't mind getting a good running back. We already have one, but maybe another one, you know? Then again, corner offensive. I don't fucking know. An offensive tackle and a corner. Like, the problem is our team has taken shape. So I don't really have, like, anything I'm specifically looking for right now. I'm not going to know until the end of the year what we really want. I don't know what a pro wants. I don't know what a pro needs. We'll bring in Liam Preston, though. You can go to the Central. Corner, defensive end, defensive tackle. Right. Defensive end, defensive tackle. We can't bring you in, but we can bring in Lynn Glover. See, like I said, I literally don't even care at this stage. And then safety, wideout, quarterback as a 2-star. Safety and quarterback. There you go. Not that we need a quarterback, but whatever. We don't need anything right now. That's the problem. We're very well set up already. Like, unless somebody really starts to fall off a cliff in terms of their development and usability, like, for now, we are fine. We've managed to trade for some other players that teams were willing to give up on. We are looking good. Definitely hoping to have a winning record this season. Okonkwo. Keep you as a vert threat. He is up to an 83, but playing like an 84. We love Okonkwo. Dante Higgins. Make him better as an elusive back again. Make him more well-rounded. +4 spin move. He needed that +4 spin move, to be honest. Evan McLeod at safety. Now up to a 77, playing like a 79. And Darrell Cheeks, the Tribal Cheeks, is ready to go. Still hoping he develops a little bit more. That Skoronski trade might end up being the wrong decision. It is our first game of the year, the 83 overall Titans against the 84 overall Jaguars. Let's see what these boys can do. The debut. The debut of Eli at quarterback. And look at this X Factor list for us. I mean, screw the Jags, right? Like, who cares what they look like? Look at us. Look at this. Look at this. Free agent. Trade that I didn't seek out. They offered. Trade that they offered. Inherited. Free agent signing. No controversy at all. Right? And look at this. This team is gross. This team is gross. In the best way.
It's week
In
one
the
of the
best
NFL,
way.
and we've got a showdown.
Eli.
It's the Titans and the Jags.
Eli Wheeler and Trevor Lawrence. Head-to-head, toe-to-toe. Of course, in this reality, the Jags have won a Super Bowl, so... Where's Tony Khan? 2 years away from being broke. Yeah, we kind of have a window open right now before we got to really start paying people. Oh, Brock Heward's eyebrows. Look at him. Not the Doug Peterson still being the head coach here. I mean, he has won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself back to that locker room. To week one across the different...
Really unrelated. Do you feel for the 2026? I imagine you mean the Olympics? USA hockey. Yeah. And you got to figure, like, you're gonna have someone like Austin Matthews leading the way. Captain Canada. Connor McDavid's got nothing on him. Nothing. Just like we have nothing on Jacksonville. We're down 3-0. End of the first. Oh boy, is our offense. There we go. I was gonna say not clicking. We're down 10-7. Boys, there you go. Get some momentum. Jacksonville 17-14 at the start of the fourth. Okay. Next possession, Jags making a 10-point lead with 4:45 to go. Time to see if we can bail the boys out here. 2 turnovers today. Kirk Cousins on the sideline saying, "Put me in, coach." Decent run for Higgins. See what we can do, Wheeler. You got plenty of offensive weapons, that's for sure. You see that quick little throw? Hold on. Hold on. I was going to look to that corner. Oh, okay, I thought he like sidearmed it. He just had a quick release. Kirk can score 24 in 4 minutes.
So we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the
good hold by Jacoby Sims. Dangerous throw, but Fresh set of downs. Clock's ticking, though. We already know our defense is going to have to make a stop.
Throwing from the gun. Fires
Not the best throw to Drayton. It was a little bit behind him.
towards midfield before he's taken
We just got to take what they're going to give us here, right? Like, if there's a shot, we take it. But if not...
from the 47. Taking a shot deep down the field it goes.
What a catch!
Inside the 15.
There was the shot.
It's a huge
Man on man. Jacoby Simmons just hops right in that guy's face.
It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little.
I mean, I guess you got to play with confidence if your name is Jacoby.
Get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Rough defense there from Jacksonville, but we'll take it. We will take it.
They've got 3 timeouts.
Maybe we can score before the 2-minute warning.
Working inside.
Going right back to Jacoby Sims. Touchdown, Titans.
Touchdown, Tennessee.
Back to back. Jacoby Sims.
Just 4.
He's a little bit underrated because of his competition on the depth chart.
See space and he was reacting
But he's wide open there.
instinct there.
Yes,
Dude, he is going to dominate.
I think yes on both of them, and that
He could absolutely dominate.
really is instincts on both sides.
All right. Well, now it's up to our defense to get a stop.
And crucially to bring things within a field goal.
There is an argument to go for the onside kick because a field goal for them doesn't put us in that bad of a situation.
On the scoreboard.
I think that's exactly what we're going to do is go for it here. And if they end up with, half decent field position, so be it.
Now this could be the game right here. Down a score, they need to get this ball back.
Titans,
And the fumble-
don't get the football.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks.
What?
Prepared for it? Well, that makes it even more difficult.
Jacksonville heading out there on offense.
Aha.
Touchdown cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over.
Okay. Off that guy's foot. 29. Jesus Christ. Jarvis Brownlee Jr. Not his most impressive play as a pro.
Ball on the 45.
Okay.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside.
First stop. We'll have the 2-minute warning on our side.
Yard line. Just a gain of 1.
That's a heartbreaker, but it is what it is.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Jaguars only up by a few.
Absolute heartbreaker, but all right.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Look, we have a Clark on our team now.
ETN again. And once
We're going to let the clock run here.
before getting brought down.
We need to make the stop, but just in case they get the first down.
3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
He'll look to throw it.
What a fucking throw by Trevor Lawrence. God damn it.
He'll go down here at the 16.
I had to hope we get to him in time.
5 yards and picks up the
We did not. We're going to have very little time left now.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's
Shit.
behind the line.
That was a risky play in terms of the time. Now, even if we do get the ball back, we won't have much of it.
Still available for them as we approach the end of this game. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. to ETN. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Eh.
And the Titans opt in
I mean, they have to run this.
set third down.
They have to run this.
Another carry for him. And he manages to reach the
Okay. We're not going to have too much time, that's for sure.
The Titans call their third and final timeout. That's all they had. So the offense
Not much time at all.
down now.
This would be a pretty tough loss to open our season with.
Jaguars. Ball on the right hash for this 36-yard look. And it
Looking easy for him.
No problems there on the short.
Meow.
And that'll double their lead to 6.
Meow.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost him the lead, but a touchdown still.
And Shepard, our top defensive tackle.
Moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to
Ooh,
defend.
trick plays. Our top defensive tackle is out with a,
All set for the
is that a
kickoff.
bicep injury, it said?
Return coming from the 6.
Oh my god, dude, Bonds is insane.
Out of bounds to hand them excellent field position.
Quad strain, that's what it was. We might have a Devin Hester.
Drive, Brock. He crossed it.
We might have a Devin Hester with that wideout we took on a whim.
Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Good
No timeouts here.
for the Titans. They've got it. 1st and 10. Now to throw.
Hit as we threw.
He's not gonna escape this. The Jets
That is pretty much the game right there.
drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
We got one big play at the most.
Looking to throw it. Try and push it deep downfield. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A
Fuck.
now on the clock.
Oh, it'll come down to a Hail Mary then.
Brings that one up. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a
It'll come down to a Hail Mary.
but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
One final shot here. Flushed out of the pocket. And this one falls in.
Couldn't set my feet in time. And we don't even get a throw to the end zone.
To the Jaguars.
I thought I took plenty of time for him to pivot and set his feet.
Isn't just anyone in Star
But typical EA football game.
victory to have later.
The second I hit right trigger to roll out to get some space, bam, my O-lineman lost his block.
On EA
So,
Sports.
we do lose the season opener because we got absolutely boned on an onside kick, but that happens. It happens. At least we're still competitive. But yeah, the second in my head, I'm like, oh, let me roll out. Because see, right here, double coverage, right? So I'm like, okay, that entire sideline's going to be open. Second I hit right trigger, bam. Left tackle disengages. 44 just goes, okay, I'll chase him. Perfect double team. Should have had all the space in the world to just go over here, set my feet, and throw. But no. Because the second you try to take off with the quarterback, the lineman loses the block. And 71, instead of setting the edge, just gives up. Tough way to lose, but it is what it is. Very tough way to lose.